Sup flappers, so a new year, a new start. Firstly, I thank you all for sticking with me through what a rough year it was in 2020. Now with this new video, I'm going to revisit an old friend, Bennett. Now at this point we can all agree that he's no longer underrated. People are well aware of how powerful he is, but there are certain problems that needs to be addressed when playing him, so let's go over that in this new and updated guide video. Firstly, before we start, remember to like and subscribe if this video helps you out, and also share it if you see other people that may need these advices. Now, onwards with the video. Bennett currently can be placed in 3 positions: main DPS, which can be considered an alternative to Diluc, pseudo-healer, and team buffer, which is his most common position, and the elemental support position, which we don't see him played here all that much, but he is viable. In today's build, we will evaluate him either as the pseudo-healer or the elemental support, since both use the same build. If you want to see him in a guide with him being the main DPS, please let me know. If this video ends up getting 1000 likes, I will burn the resources to level him up and run the test for a Bennett main DPS guide video. So with that aside, let's start from his weapons. You should be looking for energy recharge no matter what tier of weapons you are looking for, starting with the 3-star weapon, Sky Rider's Sword. While on paper it looks good, remember that the passive attack does not get accounted into his burst scaling, which only takes into account Bennett's base attack from his character level, and weapon-based attack. So for 4 stars, your 2 options are Sacrificial Sword and Favonius. Here, you should take the Favonius if you have it. The problem with the Sacrificial Sword on Bennett is that his elemental skill has a relatively fast cooldown, so the sword's passive skill isn't getting great value. Whereas the Favonius sword can really shine here if you have Bennett well built. For 5-star options, we have the Skyward Sword as the best option, and if you do not have the Skyward Sword but something like the Aquila Favonia, then the question is, should you take the Aquila Favonia? The answer is yes. Although you will be missing out on the energy recharge, you can always squeeze that out of your artifacts, but you cannot get more scaling for your burst unless you level him up or get a better weapon. However, if you have a Favonius sword already very well built and then end up getting an Aquila Favonia, is it worth the resources to level it up just to use it? I'd say no. The reason being, the difference is not big enough to justify leveling a 5-star sword to around level 70 or 80 just to get a bit of a boost. In this game, people often get sucked into the idea of, if it's better, then I should upgrade. And that's not the right idea. Put things into perspective first. How much input for how much output is the right way to go about this? If I put 2000 resins worth of investment for a 1% gain in power, is it not better to put that 2000 resin into a 25% boost elsewhere? So onto the artifacts, where a lot of people get this wrong. For early game players under AR30, look to get him either the Scholar or Exile set. You can do 2-piece each or get the full set for their 4-piece effect. This really depends on the team you are running. Once you're able to, go for the 4-piece Noblesse set. This set is without a doubt the best for Bennett, either for pseudo-healer or elemental support. Please, for the love of God, don't put the maiden set on him, because there are just other ways to get healing bonus for Bennett. Anyways, now for the main and substats. As I mentioned earlier, attack percentage does not help with Bennett's burst scaling. So for Sans, you're looking for energy recharge. For Goblet, go for HP percent, since his burst healing scales off his HP. Finally, for Headpiece, go for healing bonus, and bam, you got yourself a fresh Bennett ready to slap. So for team building, Bennett slots into almost any team. Almost, with certain restrictions here and there. The first being Constellation. And I knew this was a problem before, but never thought it was worth addressing. But recently someone messaged me on Discord asking whether there is a solution to Bennett C6 turning attacks into Pyro. And unfortunately, if you C6 your Bennett, there is no undo button and no workaround. If you are running a physical build, Kaching or Razor, and you C6 Bennett, his burst will change your attacks to Pyro and render your physical builds useless. This also overrides Chongyun's elemental skill, which turns your attacks to Cryo, so running C6 Bennett with certain teams can be problematic. Just letting you all know that first. Now, with that said, Bennett is still one of the most versatile units in the game, and there are a ton of teams he can be a part of, starting with the first team. with XIANGLING main DPS, XINGQIU support DPS, DIONA support, and Bennett elemental support. As mentioned previously, Bennett does not always have to be in the pseudo-healer position, and you can have him as a backup healer and team buffer. This team focuses on XIANGLING's consistent physical DPS with their pyro elements to synergize with XINGQIU's hydro for vaporize and DIONA's cryo for melt. Bennett amplifies all of this and adds an extra layer of support, and also as battery for XIANGLING. XIANGLING could be swapped for Diluc in this team and DIONA for Chongyun if you have Diluc. This altered version is an upgrade due to Diluc's higher damage ceiling, and as long as you don't have C6 Bennett, Chongyun would be a great addition, otherwise you'd stay with DIONA. Second team is for people running Geo teams. One characteristics for Geo is that their bursts have low costs and CDs, which make them quite reliant on their burst skills. So for main DPS, we have Ningguang, support DPS Albedo, Bennett healer, and if you have ZHONGLI, you can slot him here. If you not, you can go with XIANGLING. If you have a triple Geo team, you will see how insane this can get with Bennett boosting their bursts. Give it a try, you might fall in love. For the last team, we have Keqing main DPS with Chongyun support DPS, Bennett healer, and FISCHL elemental support. This team plays around buffing Keqing's charge attack damage through super contact and FISCHL battery. High voltage will also boost energy recharge, which all cycles together for a very spammy team with iframes and high physical damage output. And that's it for the video. If this helped, remember to like and subscribe. Welcome to 2021, where let's all hope for things to get just a little bit better. And by better, I mean I really just want Diluc to come home. Anyways, join my Discord if you want to ask me questions and also engage with others. The server is growing fast and limited roles come by every now and then, so make sure you are there to collect them when they are around. Anyways, I hope to see you all there, and until tomorrow's video, stay safe and peace.